Okay, that's what I was waiting for. All right, and now we're going to go live on YouTube. All right, interesting. You do not have permission to live stream? That's very strange. Let's set it up. Let me try the whole thing again. Okay, just in case it had timed out. That is so strange. Give me one sec because I'd really like it to also stream to YouTube. This is very interesting. Settings. My apologies. You see, I have to be everything. I have to be the tech person, the conference organizer, the admin. Yes, I'm a one woman team. Give me a sec. As of right now. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Not quite sure what's happening. My apologies, everyone. I would just like to have everything going because it had been enabled for it had been enabled for streaming. I'm not sure. All right. About 200 minutes. Let's figure out what's happening here. Hmm. No. Okay. I'm going to try one last time to get it to stream. And if it doesn't, we're just going to continue on here. And then I'll have to upload the recording. I'm going to channel settings, permissions. Nope. All right, so guess what? We're going to just, I tried, for the sake of the recording, I tried very much to try to get this to live stream, but it's saying that I'm not enabled for live streaming, although the meeting is set to live stream. I'm not sure where that error is coming from, but in the interest of time, we're just going to have to continue right here on Zoom alone, and then I'll just upload the presentation on YouTube afterward. Okay, let's see. Sorry about that. You have all of these plans, but sometimes they just don't work out as you expected. But we proceed. All right, so welcome to Homebuyers Bootcamp 2025. My name is Sophia Terrelonge, and of course, I'm a realtor associate, license number S-4309. Yes, we have to indicate that. And you can check on the real estate board to see, is this girl legit? Yeah, you can check the registers there. I'm legit, and it's all good. Let me know, are you seeing the presentation right now? Okay. All right. Is it that you? Hmm. Okay. All right. All right. We'll figure that out. I'm seeing the thumbs up. All right. So we're going to proceed. Okay. So we're going to have the presentation. I'll go through the presentation, and when it's all through, then I'll have the Q&A section. All right. So, review. All right. Slideshow. All right, so we're going to talk about how to navigate your home search process. And when you're purchasing a home, it can be a very nerve-wracking encounter. And it's a timely process. It consumes all of your body, it consumes all of your energy. And you feel like, oh, but not to worry. That's why I'm here, and I'll be happy to help you through that process. All right. So, what's the objective of Home Buyers Bootcamp? Well, first, the Lord led me into this field of real estate to become a realtor associate to serve, and specifically to serve buyers, home buyers to purchase their first homes. Or it could be the second or the third. Hey, we're looking for the future, right? So the vision for Home Buyers Bootcamp came about last year in my quiet time with the Lord, and He said, "Hey, you're going to start Home Buyers Bootcamp January 2025." It's January 2025, and here we are. So the objective of Homebuyers Bootcamp, we have these these top five goals. There'll be others as we proceed. All right. So the first is to empower buyers with the knowledge they need to find and purchase their homes. So it's all about giving you the knowledge so that you can be an informed home buyer, a confident home buyer, so that you can make the best choice for you and for your family. So the Home Buyers Bootcamp will also support buyers in navigating the home search process, which we're going to discuss today. And also, like I said before, it gets very tiring and it can be an isolating process when you're trying to buy a home and either can't find a home or you're submitting offers but they're not getting accepted. So the purpose of this program is also to keep you motivated to continue toward your goal of home ownership. And of course, Homebuyers Bootcamp will serve as a resource to connect you with professionals who will help you along various phases of your purchase journey. And finally, our intent is to help you to not just buy your house, and that's it, but to build generational wealth through real estate. And that's why I said here we have five main objectives, but it will expand over time. All right. So, who is Sophia Terrelonge? Yeah, who that girl there? Who's she? So, here you have the abbreviated version of my CV. CV both in the secular sense and CV in the kingdom sense, right? So, I'm actually a devout Christian, have been since age 10. And let me just ask in the chat, how old do you think I am now? Probably would be a giveaway for those who already know my age. Am I going to regret it? Hey, somebody says 60. Thank you so much, Sadia. MB said 40. Yeah, man. Yes, so I am for, I'll be, somebody said 35. I feel good. I feel so good. For 35, no. So I'll be 41 this year. So it's been over 30 years with the Lord, and I'm very grateful. What is happening here? Um, all right. I see what's happening. So when we get to the end. All right. So yes, I'm 41 this year. And of course, God has been good. So here you have all of the other things. So I've had many different iterations of life. And first, I'm a trade economist, PhD in economics. So technically, Dr. Terrelonge. But of course, you can call me Sophia. I'm not carrying a PhD on my head. I'm like, oh, call me doctor, call me doctor. How dare you? How dare you address me without my title? It's okay. You can call me Sophia. But just for you to know, I'm a trade economist, specifically in the area of economic development. And then you can see the crossover with my interest in real estate, not just from the perspective of it being an investment tool, but also for it to really serve in helping persons to progress, to develop, to become the best versions of themselves, right? So I was also a lecturer, currently research consultant in the areas of, you see them there, education, tech, real estate. That was a signal from the Lord. And healthcare. I'm also a Christian author, two books currently published. They're available on Amazon. I'm a content creator. So although this Home Buyers Bootcamp will be mainly centered around my second YouTube channel, Real Estate with Sophia. And of course, you can see all the other socials. The first one was Sophia for Christ, is still Sophia for Christ. And of course, for Home Buyers Bootcamp, the one that you really, 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 really focus on is the fact that I'm a realtor associate at Keller Williams Jamaica. Disclaimer, this is not an event, a program that is sponsored, authorized by Keller Williams Jamaica under the banner. No, it's not under the banner of Keller Williams Jamaica. This is under the banner of Real Estate with Sophia, Sophia Terrelonge. But as a realtor associate, according to the laws of the land, I cannot operate independently. I have to operate under an approved broker. And my broker is Keller Williams Jamaica. So I have to disclose that. All right. Okay, so that's it. So let's get into how you can successfully navigate your home search in this 2025 and actually have the keys to your home. So, first thing, you have to commit to educating yourself. And yes, the broad thing would be, yeah, we're going to make sure that you learn everything about Jamaica's real estate market. Not necessary for you to do that, but I want you to become an expert in your local real estate market. So if it is the case that you're, for example, in St. Thomas, become an expert on the St. Thomas real estate market because that's where you want to purchase. If it's Portland, become an expert in the Portland real estate market. If it is Kingston, St. Andrew, become an expert in that market as well, right? So the point is for you to know what's happening on the ground in your parish, developments, all of these things, so that you can figure out what would be a good match for yourself and your family. The other aspect to that is to understand the whole process of searching for a home, what it entails, which is why you are here at Homebuyers Bootcamp. And of course, the purchase process. We won't go through the purchase process today because that involves many other professionals. And while I'm a lover of wisdom, I don't know everything, but I love to learn, as you should too. So we'll have them here on this platform, in this forum, to share their expertise with you for that particular phase that they will be able to assist you with. All right. So the other important thing is to look at listings. Now, when you go online, you can search. You can just type in Jamaican real estate or Jamaica real estate in Jamaica, or according to your parish, right? But make sure you put Jamaica after the parish name, so that they don't send you to British Virgin Islands or something where you put in St. Thomas or something like that, right? So you can do that, Google search. But of course, if you're working with a real estate agent such as myself from before, what I like to do when persons come to me and they have a clear idea of where they would like to purchase, they may not be so clear on whether if they're buying a house, the type of house, or whether they're buying land and building on it. But I like to set you up in what we call the multiple listing service, MLS, which is basically a huge database, right? Where all the real estate agents in Jamaica put all of their listings. It's sort of like if you consider a marketplace, you have market, everybody come with them goods. Yeah. So we shouldn't really say it that way. But yeah, the MLS is that. So what I'll do is to set you up in the MLS. Pretty much all I need is your first name, last name, email address, telephone number, right? Set you up in the MLS so that then you can begin to start seeing for your area, your target market. Remember, you're going to become the expert in your market, yeah? It's not about, oh, the realtor know everything. No, man, they'll just make sure she just need to make the decision and we'll move in the house. That's not what this is about. It's about empowering you with the knowledge to make informed decisions for yourself and your family. All right, so I'll set you up in the MLS and then you'll be able to see all of these listings and understand that for those initial searches or the initial search that I would set you up with, it's not for you to say, no, but we don't want to live here. So no, it's okay. It's just for educational purposes, right? I'm just showing you what's in the market. I generally tend to go by parish wide. What's in your parish? What the prices look like? When I send you the emails from the MLS, don't just look at the email itself. Actually, click on the button, go in, log in, and be able to look at each of the listings in detail. You can see the price, you can see how long it was on the market, you can see the pictures of the outside, the inside, all of these things. You can see the location, how far it is from the main road, and you're looking at that versus the price. Yeah. So all of these things, it helps in helping you to become educated about your local real estate market. Yeah. So the other thing, remember, keep the questions till the end because I don't have like an assistant who's monitoring the chat, and when I'm in this view with the presentation, I can't see the chat. So at the end, don't worry, we're gonna have a time for questions. So also you need to be saving. So the deposit requirements in general, I know that some banks have promotions where they say, oh, just pay down 5%. Yeah. But in general, the banks tend to say if it's a house, you should have 10% of the value of the house in your bank account or in an account. So say for example, if it's a $10 million property, 10% of that is what? 1 million. You should have that. And then if it is land though, they say that hey, you have to have 20% of the value of the land. And of course, there are other costs, but for the purpose of this evening session, we're not going to go into the cost because we're going to have a subsequent session. I'm going to have a subsequent session on that. We're just break down the costs for you to know how to save. All right. So the other thing, you need to get a realtor associate, a real estate agent on board. Now, you may be saying, what's the difference between the whole matter of real estate agent versus realtor associate? I came in and introduced myself as a realtor associate. How it works is this. So you come on board and, ooh, no, I came back over here. So you come on board, somebody was saying, hello. After, I look like I'm going to have to switch. So you come on board, or I came on board as a real estate agent, did all the trading, did all of the security checks. Yes, they can't have no people with criminal record in this role. Yeah, for obvious reason. Yeah, you don't want a scammer to be a real estate agent. Yeah, so you can't have any criminal record, right? And all of these other very stringent requirements, almost a year long, to complete the whole process, right? So I was now registered with the real estate board as a real estate agent authorized to operate in Jamaica, but under the authority of Keller Williams Jamaica. Now, I'm also a member of the Realtors Association of Jamaica, RAJ, which comes after Real Estate Board has said, hey, we believe this is a good person to be a real estate agent authorized to operate in Jamaica. So, as a member of the RAJ. That's why I have access to that. The big marketplace, I'm just telling you about the MLS. That's why I have access to that. So that's why I'm able to to share with you the different listings from your parishes and so forth, right? So that's the distinction between real estate agent and realtor associate. So every realtor associate is a real estate agent, but every real estate agent is not a realtor associate because people can choose once they're authorized by the Real Estate Board of Jamaica not to go through and then become a member of the RAJ. Yeah. So when you're selecting a real estate agent now, you need to be careful that, well, the reputable kind of tech kind of covered pretty much from the real estate board. They're very stringent, very serious about protecting our people in that area. Because as you know, unfortunately, it's this industry is a target for persons trying to wash money that they get through drugs and other things. All right, so yeah. So the reputation will be taken care of. The other thing, going back to the slide also, I won't be able to see the chat. The other thing is that you want a realtor, real estate agent who is responsive, meaning you send them a text, you send them an email, you can't get a response. Now, responsive, kind of tricky when it comes to calls because we may be with another client involved with something else, so we can't necessarily get to the call. So responsive at least within 24 hours, you can get back, some indication, hey, sorry, I missed your call or something like that. Or, I see your message, I see your interest and so, right? They need to be speaking with you. Also, your real estate agent of choice needs to be results driven because the purpose of you getting a real estate agent or a realtor associate such as myself is to really help you to buy your house. That's all. So I suppose I help you towards that process. So you want them to be results driven as well. All right. So the other aspect. So now you have your real estate agent on board or your realtor associate. I'll be happy if you're not working with another agent. I'll be happy to serve as your realtor associate. All right. So the other aspect now, unless you're born in a them family that will have the special last name, we're not gonna call them name. We don't want to run that problem. But the last name them in Jamaica we say money. And not look a bit of money like money we can't even imagine. Right. So unless you are born into such families or you have been blessed. Otherwise you work hard and you have your cash money ready, the millions to buy a house, you're gonna need a mortgage, right? So the whole process of how to get a mortgage will be covered on Sunday. Janique will cover that from JMMB. All right, but just in general, you need to get your NHT eligibility letter. And you do that by sending an email. I don't remember the exact email address. But of course, you send an email to NHT and you would make sure that you attach to the email you tell them in the email, but they want your eligibility letter. You attach your ID, your TRN, and the NIS. Just take a picture of them. They don't need to be certified. You attach that, and then they get back to you. These days, I'm noticing that they're telling people to generate their letters on the website, but um, some of my clients have been running into issues generating their letters online, so they have to physically go into them. But yeah, they had sent out there was an article, I think last week or so, where they were saying that they were having issues with their website. So yeah. So it may be to get the eligibility letter when after you send the email trying to do it the easier, more convenient way. You may not be able to get through. But the main thing, even if you have to go to them physically one day, up by Emancipation Park, if you're in Kingston, yeah, go and get your eligibility letter. Your eligibility letter will indicate how much of that 7.5 million they're willing to give you. It's not an automatic that, oh, the maximum, it's just saying that the maximum is 7.5, but based on your income and other factors known to the NHT, they will determine how much of that 7.5 they'll give you. They generally tend to give the full amount, but not always, right? And it will indicate based on your income level what the interest rate will be and the estimated monthly payment. All right, so once you have that not pre-approval, NHT eligibility letter, that's where you go into the bank of your choice. If you don't have a mortgage broker that yeah, yes, sir, definitely, I get my mortgage with them. Yeah, I'll be happy to assist you to connect you with mortgage reps as well, right? And again, on Sunday, Janique will give you an indication of what they require at JMB for in terms of documents and all of these things for you to get that. So not going to step over in her lane, stay valid, right? So once you have your pre-approval letter, what it will say is pretty much this. So it have your name, it has the date, very important, because you don't want the date on that pre-approval letter at any time to be more than, say, 4 months. Because that's going to be a problem when it comes time for us to submit your offer on a house. They will say, oh, but we're not sure I said this your letter good still. You understand? So all of these things you have to move timely. So one after the other. So the pre-approval letter, it has the date, it has your name, address. It will indicate in the first line, it will tell you the total you're approved for, but it will break it down in a table. It will indicate the amount that you're getting from NHT. Then it says the interest rate from NHT that gives the estimated monthly payment. Then in the next slide, it will say, all right, so say NHG give you a 7.5, then it will say, oh, you might say we're matching NHG, we're going to give you a 7.5 as well. Their interest rate, it varies according to the different banks and the estimated monthly payments. At the bottom of that, it's a table, they tend to use tables. It will have the total monthly payment and the total amounts that you're going to borrow from them for this process, right? So that total value that the bank is willing to give you, plus the money that you have saved up, your deposit, as well as the other, differently from the 10% or 20% deposit that you've saved up. We'll get into that later this month. The other costs as well, saved up, it will give us an idea. Well, let's not put in the other costs. Say the 10 or 20%. It will give the idea of what you can conceivably spend on your house or on your land. If you're going the route of buying land and building, we're going to get to that shortly. All right, so also you need to have professionals. Let me just quickly go back to the chat. All right, so just let me know by show of hands if you're following me. Because we don't want like go like, da, 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 da. I feel like something makes sense though, you know. Then people will be like, well, shut up. All right, so good. All right. Okay, so the next thing is you need to have professionals on standby, as I call them. Be that you just identify them, you won't necessarily would have had to reach out to them yet. So you're going to need your attorney pretty quickly in this process, right after you get your offer. Well, before you can submit an offer, you need to have identified an attorney, and of course, if you don't have that person, I'll be willing to share options with you of attorneys that you can speak with. You also need to have your surveyor who is going to determine, just to make sure that the house or the land that you're purchasing is really that piece of that property. It is where it should be, and of course, figure out the correct boundaries to that property. You'll also have your valuer who will give you, of course, because you're working with a mortgage, what the value of the property is. The bank will want to know that so that they know that the money that they're giving you is secure. And of course, if you're going the route of buying land and building, then you have the other three professionals, which again, I will have a panel discussion later this month. So stay tuned to have those persons in a room to just discuss what they do and how they can help you. Also, you need to be clear on your home requirements. So, the property type, is it that you're buying land and you're going to build on it? Is it that you want your house that you know you can walk around? Are you okay with an apartment or a townhouse will work for you, etc.? And in addition to that, you need to figure out your must-have features, you know, the things that you must have in your home, right? And the nice to have. And be very careful to not classify wants as needs because, of course, you know, the more features and the more grand it is, you know, the bigger the money. And we have to work within the realms of reality, which is the money that you have available to you. Okay, so after we have in hand now your pre-approval letter, we have the targeted search. So before, as I said, from the whole education process, where you're going to be looking at just houses, properties in your parish. In this case, though, it's going to be more targeted. So now when we know how much you can afford, of course, once you have a pre-approval letter, you get back to me. I'll be working with you closely throughout the process. And then we know, okay, then this is the amount that you're qualified for. Then we can narrow the search. And of course, as a result of you educating yourself about the real estate market in your parish, they know exactly what you like, then of course we can target the search a little bit more closer. And that's where you begin to review listings to the view of selected prospects. So while you're doing that, it's very important that you prepare the paperwork that is necessary for me to submit an offer. Once you find that house or find that plot of land and you love it and you love the location, yeah, so that we can just instantly move and get your offer in. So that's why it's important to have these documents prepared. So your ID, TRN, proof of address, and this can be a bill, any utility bill, proof of funds. This is primarily the bank statement that has that 10% or 20% deposit in it, indicating what it is, the balance in that account, and also your pre-approval letter that comes on a proof of funds. For cash buyers, of course, all they would have is just a bank statement there. Also, we are required by law to have every single person we work with. So if it's like a couple that is coming to us to purchase a house, each of them need to complete the customer information form. We can't work with you if you refuse to complete the customer information form or submit the ID, TRA, proof of address, proof of funds. We can't do it. We can't get in a problem such as fines, and even we can't get locked up. Yeah. And of course, before it even reaches us up, license gone. Yeah. And also the offer form. So for the offer form, I would be the one who prepares that. and send it to you for signing. But in order to prepare your offer form, I need to have your customer information form for everybody who's going to be involved in that process of buying that house or that land. I need to have all of the paperwork for those persons in hand because that will help me to then complete your offer form. So the offer form is specific to the property that you want to make an offer on. And of course, I need information from your customer information form to complete that. Okay, so we get to the fun part, visiting properties. Before you were just looking at them online. So now you're going to get to actually visit these properties. So again, here's where the realtor associate comes in handy. So once you indicate from the targeted search, the listings that, oh, I see that one, Sophia, or this one, yep. Then what I do on my end, I say, okay, hey, great. I go ahead, I contact the listing agent or the other realtor associate, because we're all within RAJ. And of course, set up with them, hey, is this property available? Okay, then fine. When can we come and view it and deal with all of that? You don't have to worry about that. You'll just hear when it is, that we can go and view it and so forth. And this is, of course, subject to your availability as well, which would figure out the window of time, the best days for you to go property viewing. So once you're visiting these properties, it's not just to go and look at, oh, this look nice, this look ugly, this. No, it's about assessing them, evaluating them to see, can we actually work with this house, um, this plot of land, and so forth. And this assessment would have been dependent on that list of requirements that you would have come up with, your must-haves and the nice-to-have features, right? And of course, your short list of properties, okay, these are the ones that, yeah, we want to look at, pray on further. And then once you select the property of your choice, then I can submit an offer. Cautionary note. You don't have forever because properties move fast. Even the ones that you may think that, oh, but it don't look so good. Really? Somebody already? Yeah. Remember, Jamaica is an island. We have so much land that no more. It's not a tactic to push you. It's just a fact of life for the desirable properties, and especially if it's something that affordable, even if it's not in the best of condition, those go fast. Okay. All right. So this whole section about scheduling visits, assessing property, shortlisting, and selecting a property to make an offer. It's not like a process that's spread over a whole month, right? It's in some cases you're making a decision within a week, sometimes a matter of days for some hot properties. All right, so let me just look at the chat. All right, everybody tracking along? All right, thumbs up. Yes, no. We'll soon get to the question and answer. All right. Okay, good. So, of course, then once your offer is submitted, um, that means you give me all the paperwork, the offer form. I've just explained the process here. It's very important. Then what happens is that, and this is for every real estate company, because we're required by law to do these compliance checks, just checking your documents. And then my broker at Keller Williams Jamaica will sign on the offer form, give me the green light and say, yes, Sophia, you can submit this offer to the listing agent now. And of course, I submit it. And the ideal thing is to say, yes, we accept your offer. Great. We head straight to the attorney. You may have a negotiation that occurs after that. I mean, that they may come back and say, no, we don't like this price, that you submitted. How about, you go up a bit? So you have that back and forth. Of course, we'll discuss furthermore when you want to be saying that you're not giving them the full offer price, right? Or the full price that they, not full offer, the listing price that they have there, and you're saying, hey, let me see if they will take less, right? We'll get into that. So then once your offer is accepted, then the vendor, that's the person who's selling the property, they accept the offer at their agent, is going to, of course, communicate that to me. I communicate that to you, but the vendor's agent is going to communicate with the attorneys on both sides. That's the person who's selling the property, attorney, the person who's purchasing yourself, attorney, and then they'll take it from there to do what we call the closing process, where the attorneys process the transfer of the property to you. Don't worry, we can come back once the Q&A is opened. All right, so just last thing, the home buyer tip. So commit to learning for doing's sake. So the purpose of Homebuyers Bootcamp is not just to be giving you information, and yeah, it's a matter of giving you information so that you can take action, so that you can actually purchase your home for yourself and your family, or purchase land and start your construction. The other thing, keep an open mind. So keep an open mind about the areas that you like to live in. Of course, that doesn't mean that you're going to select volatile areas. Personally, figure out no. Um, yeah, the volatile areas. No, Sophia can't really follow you to the viewings in those areas. Nor would I recommend necessarily. Yeah. So keep in mind the areas of choice, be flexible with that, as well as the property type. Of course, this will be influenced by your family size and so forth. So particularly, I want it to be flexible about the idea, the long-held idea that you may have had about I need to buy a house, I need to buy a house, and consider could I buy land that's more affordable and build buy house in stages on that land. Yep. Also bear in mind the timeline to home ownership. So for mortgages, it can take between 3 to 6 months, and that 6 months is if you don't have issues with the land or with the property, such as somebody encroached on it, and now the bank is saying, no, 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 vendor needs to fix that encroachment issue, redraw the boundaries. There's a whole process with that. They'll discuss that, the pros when they come. Or it could be that the property that you're interested in, the previous owner may have breached, meaning that they are the ones who have encroached on the neighbor's property. And again, the bank may be saying, no, 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 sort of deal. Yep. So that can lead to significantly lead to the timeline. Also, accept professional input to enhance your decision making. That doesn't mean that you just go and say, oh, throw up my hand, you're the expert, just make the decision for me. No, you're accepting the professional input based on their experience, based on what they're saying, and then you assess it to see how it will help you in making the best decision for you and your family. And finally, well, not finally, build resilience. Because, like I said before, the ideal is you offer a property. You love the property, you see it, you offer it, and they say, yes, we accept your offer. Let's go. Sign sales agreement. That doesn't often happen. And sometimes you could have had that nice start and then something crop up in the middle of, the closing process. And then, you don't get through. Or you're just really struggling. So it's important to build resilience and never give up on your goal to purchase your own home. And again, persevere toward your goal of home ownership. And yeah, now we are at the Q&A section. Let me see what is happening here. So I'm asking you all to unmute. So, any questions? Was I that good? I know I'm an educator, but I don't know. Or former educator. Any questions? Any comments? I'm changing to that.
Great presentation, sis.
Thank you so much, Lady Kami.
Um, I'm not in the market to buy a property now, but you know,
Mhm.
I'll be buying one shortly. So I have some knowledge, but you can never have too much knowledge. So I'm on here to get whatever additional
Yeah.
knowledge I need. You understand? So
Okay. All
basically,
right.
that's it
Great.
for me.
Great, Lady Chloe. Hold on,
Yeah.
my sister in the chat. Oh, is there a way to make this window bigger? This is something. Um, hold on. Ooh. Okay, so MB says I'm already in the MLS system. That okay, yes, Samsung SM. Thank you. So MB, ooh, you're already in the MLS system, but I want to start with a new realtor. Will that be an issue? All right, so it's an issue, but it's not insurmountable. If you'd like to, I'm gonna say, come to me because that's unethical for me to tell you. No, man, left them. It's based on your decision, right? So what you'll do is to go to if you're desirous of signing up in the MLS with another realtor, because if you are signed under somebody else and they have been giving you listings, I can put in your details in the system. What you'd have to do is go to the last email that they sent you, and then you would, I think there's at the bottom of it, or so it's you click the unsubscribe, and then you are free to sign up with another realtor associate. Yeah, that's what you'd have to do. So it's an issue, but it's not insurmountable. Okay, sorry. Okay, MB, sorry, so it works. I can't talk. Okay, safe travel on the road as you're coming back. Be careful because on a Friday. All right, Samsung. Um, I already own a property. Will I be eligible for another mortgage from NHT for the second home if I want to sell if I want to sell the first one? All right, so I know that, and yeah, I'm working to get someone from NHT to also at one of these sessions present so they can better speak to that. But in general, no, remember, I'm not the expert. I just love knowledge. I love share knowledge, right? So I'll get the expert in to speak about that. But I do know that NHT does have some loan products for based on how long you would have had the property. I don't remember. I think one of them is after 15 years. I think one is if you had the property for 10 years. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. But make sure that I'm going to share the link to the WhatsApp group that I've created for this home buyers. It's not an event. It's more like a program for this home buyers program. So then that WhatsApp group, nobody will be talking back and forth. It's just simply to share information. And when we have sessions coming up and polls from you to tell me what you would like me to find people to come and present about. So I'm going to share that link shortly in the chat. Make sure you sign up over there so that you don't miss the sessions that we'll have throughout the year. So I'm not sure because even if you sell the house, right, NHT still has it that you had received a benefit from them. Um, so I want the NHT expert come on. Yes, Lady Camille, you have something I input. Lady Camille, go ahead.
Yeah.
You're learning from
Earlier,
each.
somebody asked or mentioned that they're already in the MLS system in terms of a realtor, already having a realtor. So if I would have already purchased a property or sold one via another realtor, I'll have to
Do the
stick
same
with
thing.
that person.
Not necessarily, no. Do the same thing.
Okay.
As I said before, you'd have to look for the last thing that they sent you from MLS
Uh-huh.
like listing, and your email should have it, should archive it, and then look
Yeah.
for unsubscribe button within that email because it give you the option to unsubscribe. But just that
Oh, okay.
whenever a realtor has an active search going for you, it's a
Mm-hmm.
way of protecting,
I
person's claim.
understand.
You
Yeah,
understand?
I
But of
understand.
course, the client
But that
also has a
person
free
isn't
will.
actively doing anything for me now.
Right.
So
So, but the
is
thing
that a
is,
difference? Mm-hmm.
they may not have been sending you anything, but that doesn't mean that on their end that they don't still have you as active in their system.
Oh,
You
got
understand?
you, got you,
Because
got you.
nobody's not, a realtor is not going, just be honest, I'm not going to deactivate a client,
Yeah,
even if the client is not doing anything now. So I'm going to
got
have you
you,
there, so you're still active. So,
got you.
you can ask them to deactivate it, what they was said. No, they may say, no, why you want to go? So it's a matter of looking for the last email from them that they sent you a listing or something like that, and then
Mm-hmm.
someone had done it, and then there's I don't know what it looks like from that end, and then you deactivate,
Okay, all right.
and then you are
I'll,
free to sign up with somebody else.
okay.
Um,
I'll be dropping off now, but hope to join
right, Lady
another session
Connie.
with you. All right,
Yeah,
take
we'll
care.
be here tomorrow. So Lady Cavell, our
Oh,
attorney,
okay.
will also be here. She can explain in more detail all the legal stuff. And then Janique Crawford Lewis of JMMB will be here on Sunday, same start time of 4:30, to talk about how to get a mortgage. And
All right, then.
I had asked her to also speak about if people want to get a second house or so.
Okay, no
She should
problem. All
be
right.
prepared to say something about that, even if not
Yeah.
today.
If I'm able to, I'll definitely join. All right.
Yeah,
Have a
sure.
great
And remember
evening.
that it's being recorded. I don't know. I hope I figure out the live stream. I hope I figure out why the live stream fails to connect over to YouTube. But
All right. Take care now. Bye bye.
all right, bye. So any other question? Hold on, let me go back here. Any other question? Is that it for? All right, any other question? Oh no. I feel like it's all over the. All right, so that's it. All hearts and minds clear for this first session. All right, so now I am going to, yeah, thank you for staying throughout to the end of this presentation. So like I said before, oh, it's not going to allow me to do that. No, it's just going to show you how easy it is to get into, how easy it is to get into the WhatsApp. Okay, so let me just, hold on, try to figure out how to. Because if I click on it, it's going to activate. Let me see. It's a very interesting thing when you also have to be the tech person while you're presenting. Ah, Lord. Okay, so all right. So I'm going to come over to the chat and share that. Did it go? I'm not even sure. Hold on. Try to figure out if it would allow me to copy and paste the. Why is it looking like that? All right. So the WhatsApp group, plain text. The WhatsApp group will not be like your usual WhatsApp group where people just attack at random all over the place and then you're frazzled every time you open WhatsApp and so much people attack and you're annoyed because you're not interested in what they're talking about. This is, like I said, strictly for me to share sessions that are coming up throughout the year, information as well, pertinent to you purchasing your own home, as well as polls, meaning that, sorry, somebody's trying to speak. Hello, Anita. And I think the session is being recorded. She just said it had said it at the start. Anita, you're still muted. Everybody you'd have to unmute your. Yeah, that's to unmute. Yeah, just told you to unmute yourself. I'm not if you're trying to speak, I can't hear you. We can't hear you, Anita. All right, thank you. You're most welcome, MB. All right, so did the link work to the WhatsApp if you're on your phone? Oh, no, I'm not trying to speak. Okay, great, Anita. Um, so that's the link. Like I was saying, the WhatsApp group will be just okay. The other thing before I got sidetracked. Stay with me. The other thing. So in that group, I'll also share from time to time polls to get feedback from you about what you would like to see further or learn more about in the area of real estate, and then look for those persons, those professionals, and ask them if they'd like to come and speak to us. Now, now, truth of the matter. All right, great, great. Yes, it did. Truth of the matter now. Yes, when I go to people, I say, oh, my wife will come talk, and if you can't come present, them say, oh yeah. And then they look you up. They are going to look me up online. And specifically, they look at my following because they want to make it worth their time, right? To be coming to present. Not all of them are like that. But when you start talking about, large agencies or sectors or people who are firmly established, they want to work mainly with persons who have a large following so that it's worth their time to come and speak. So I'm going to ask you to also head over to my YouTube channel. If you're a YouTube person, subscribe to Real Estate with Sophia. If whether you're Instagram, not everybody like TikTok or TikTok, also follow over there. Because what that does when they see like they say, okay then, so you make sense. Yeah, yeah, come to me and say, well, if you to talk about this thing that I have so many years of expertise in. Who are you? And we help people look you up. Not agree with it, but just saying what I've experienced also by other platform. If you don't have a strong following, some people will not even respond to your email when you ask them to come. You're professional, everything. You have everything. You have the full brief. They will not even respond because they've looked online and they say, no, your following is not all that. Sad but true. So it's not a matter of me saying, ooh, trying to build out social media. No, it's just the truth of the matter. If they're not seeing a huge mass, then for some persons, not all of them, for some persons, especially the ones who are firmly established, who are the experts in their particular niche, they're not coming because they're saying it's not worth their time. Your time is more valuable than that. Fact of life. All right, so make sure that you are in the WhatsApp chat. All right, and MB said it works. So, yeah, any other thoughts before we close off? We're good on time. Praise God. All right, so tomorrow, like I said, we're going to have same 4:30 start. I may be saying, why 4:30? We'll have to work with what persons are willing to do, right? Based on their availability and the time that they would like to start. So at 4:30, we'll have Attorney at Law Cavell Johnston, and she will be sharing on the legal aspects of home ownership, getting your own home. And then on Sunday, same start time at 4:30 p.m., we'll have Mrs. Jenny Crawford Lewis, who is going to share on the requirements to get a mortgage. Of course, from the perspective of her institution, GMMB. And going forward, we likely have other persons on that as well from other institutions. Again, remember, Homebuyers Bootcamp is not a one-way flow of information. I will also need you to respond via the polls. The reason why I'm not going to have like the chat open is so that persons don't get annoyed and be like, no, this is too much for me. And there's a relevant conversation. So I'll be asking you for your feedback of what you would like to learn more about, what you'd like to see via those polls. And remember, our commitment in Homebuyers Bootcamp is not just to collect the knowledge and do not with it. We learn for doing sake. Right? So okay, that's it. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm going to stop the recording now. Bye everyone, and hopefully I can get
Hi, sorry, hi Sophia, I sent a message. Will the info be sent out for the other two meetings, that's Saturday and Sunday, regarding the Zoom link?
in the that's why I said sign up to the WhatsApp group. Yes. So
Okay,
all
thank you.
announcements, all of the posters for every speaker, whoever comes on, will be in that WhatsApp group. Oh dear. Why is this thing not scrolling? Oh, thank you for sharing. Yes, Jovian, thank you so much. All right, so stop sharing that and recording. Bye everyone.